Welcome back to ifjustfortoday.com. My name is Craig G. I'm your host. Very thankful that you've come back. Today, if just for today, let me practice and work my journey one step at a time. That is progress, not perfection. How I interpret this and how I use this in my life is that understanding I want to have a big perspective of where I want to go. Meaning, like the mountains, I have to look at it from the big picture where I want to head to. But then I have to focus in, like a funnel, reversing inward. I have to focus in to doing just one at a time step because I realize I can't multitask very well and that I'm never going to find perfection, but by repeating over and over, I get better at something. And a great example is watching a child learning to walk. Well, a baby doesn't just get up and walk. It first crawls and stumbles. And that's the whole process of the journey for me is I'm going to stumble, and it's okay to stumble. But as I keep my focus on A, what's ahead of me, and keeping in mind the big picture of where I'm looking to be in the long term, then I have a foundation, a roadmap. And for me, that roadmap is very important for me to include, and this is for me, God. I understand other people may not believe, and that's quite fine. I don't care how somebody gets to their journey. For me, God is the foundation of me having a moral compass. And as we look at the world today, the world is in such turmoil. And I think it's because people don't have a strong foundation. Most people go through life just wanting what they want when they want it. And for most of my life, that was part of what I did. And it worked okay, but it didn't work okay for serenity. Did not work okay for me building a spiritual bank account. I like to say a moral bank account. Um, and learning to do, for me, what is the correct thing. And the correct thing is not always what my desires are. My desires could be one thing, and they could be very far from what is the correct thing. And that's where my whole concept of a moral compass is. And as I work and walk these steps, and if I continue to do it over and over, repetition helps me do it at a faster rate and allows me to get closer to that longer term, bigger picture. Now, as life goes on, that picture is going to sometimes change, and it could change radically, and that's okay. I love the idea of courage to change, because if I fixate and I'm not willing to change at all, well, I like to say then I'm stuck. Um, I love my friend Gary who gave me open to all, attached to nothing, and I'm grateful that God has led me to add something to that: open to all, attached to nothing but to God. And today I'm very grateful to have that because it allows me to walk in a direction that helps keep me focused and not to go down too many rabbit holes. Rabbit holes are inevitable, and bumps in the road are inevitable. But how I react to those bumps is going to determine my character and my growth. Today, I don't want to blame others for my shortcomings or what happens to me in life. You know, I speak to a lot of people, and it's very interesting when I speak with somebody and they can go on for 2 hours and never in that 2 hour period is there anything that they hold accountable to themselves. It's always somebody else caused this to me. And I used to think like that in many ways, surely not to that extreme. But today I'm grateful. Nobody has, very rarely has somebody caused something to me where I did not have some participation and involvement in. Sometimes it's a great involvement, and sometimes it's a very small part. It doesn't matter. I have to take ownership. I don't have to do anything. God gave us freedom of choice. I want to take ownership of my side of the road because the more I take that ownership, the quicker I can see my mistakes. And not only my mistakes, my successes, my assets. And that's really what the 4 steps all about. Making a fearless, searching, moral, congruent, full inventory of oneself. And as we do that, it's about the balancing. As I learn this balancing, I'm able to make better decisions. I like to say more congruent decisions of my choices. But I also, for me, cannot make these choices alone. I need that higher power in my life. Today, I definitely not only need, which is much more important to me, I want, I'm willing to have that higher power in my life. And that higher power for me is God. We can get into all these discussions of what God is. I'm not even going in there. For me, I have a very, today, clear perspective, but that's because I'm walking a certain journey. And so I just wanted to share with everyone my thoughts on If Just for Today, letting me practice my journey 1 step at a time. Understanding I will get where I'm going, but I have to be patient. I have to be congruent. I have to be sincere. But more importantly, I must put in the work to do it. I can't just say it. Saying it without action is just movement of air. I can say I want to do something, but until I actually start that process, and I don't care what that is, until I start it, it's never going to happen unless by luck. And I don't believe in much luck. It's great to have luck. I don't believe in coincidences. We just had this conversation last night, a group of us. For me, if something happens more than twice, I don't call that a coincidence. I do believe at that point there is a power greater than myself. And again, not to be repetitious, for me, that is God. I have to acknowledge God. For me, I want to respect him. Anyway, I am very grateful for you being here for this Just for Today. And I truly hope if you like these that you will share them with friends, family. This is meant to be passed forward. I'm very grateful for you being here. If you do like If Just for Today, and you want to watch all the videos, the easiest way to do it is to go to the YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/, the @ all one word, If Just for Today. And it's at the lower part of the screen. Also, it'll be in the notes. You're welcome to go to ifjustfortoday.com, which is the website. I hope you truly enjoy this. I'm very grateful to be able to do these. And thank you for coming back to If Just for Today. Have a wonderful and a blessed day.